I think British Sign Language is beneficial for all learners because it is a manual visual language that makes language tangible. It gives children something to pin language onto, to hook onto, whether that is a verbal child, a non-verbal child, a pre-verbal child, or a child or a young learner who may have developmental delay and have some problems producing speech. Sign language is an enhancement to a language acquisition, and it really helps with, especially with really young children, it really helps with expression of need, of emotion, and can be really helpful to diffuse those explosive situations that sometimes happen in the early years in classroom or teaching environment. In my setting, two of the ways I really like to use sign language. Firstly is I use sign language through story and to talk about emotions. So when teaching new vocabulary, this is The Colour Monster. So this is by Ana Llenas, and it's obviously in Spanish and in English. And when you're teaching simple vocabulary such as colour, it lends itself so well to that, because in the story, if you're aware of it, each emotion is attached to a colour. So, for example, when teaching children the word and the sign yellow together, and the emotion happy at the same time, or we would put the colour monsters out and ask the children to choose the monster that they're feeling today, and they can either say it, I'm feeling sad, but actually very young children find the sign much easier to say I'm feeling sad. So I use that through all of my storytelling, but this is a particularly good book for teaching very simple vocabulary and simple sign vocabulary. And then another way, connected to emotions as well, is with behaviour management, and especially with very young children, teaching them some of the ways to, on a personal, social and emotional level, to get along with others in the classroom. So I've got these flashcards and to help prompt them for the signs. So one of the first things we teach is please and thank you when asking for something, teaching them how to say sorry. It's really important. Young children often get into conflict with each other, and sometimes it's really hard to say verbally, I'm sorry, to verbalise that in Spanish, in English, in whatever language. But you know, when a child's taught a sign, they can sometimes go to their friend and sign that sorry to their friend, and helping them to understand how to get along with each other. And another one that's really important and key to use with young children is stop. Often situations arise in the classroom where a child will burst into tears, or they might resort to aggression because they're feeling frustration with the way somebody else is behaving towards them. They don't want to share the toy, or they're bothering them in their space. Teaching them this, stop, straight away, is a sign they pick up really quickly, and really helps. It helps them to get along in the classroom and helps them with the beginnings of conflict resolution for themselves. There are hundreds of resources available. The ones that I find most helpful to support me learning new signs that I want to teach to the children, to make sure that I'm signing correctly, and lots of just interesting research on the benefits and impact that signing has on children. And one of the main ones I use for practical printouts is twinkle.co.uk. They have British Sign Language starter packs and posters for you to use in their classroom, and also little video clips of how to sign. There's the britishsign.co.uk that has an online dictionary, so you can look up signs. There's bslonline.com that has video. It's a video dictionary. And then one of my recent discoveries is a YouTube channel called BSL Charlie, and she has lots of really short tutorials of really key, interesting signs and simple that you can use with young learners.